Welcome back to video number 3. This is our palette cleanser. While this whole tour has been going on with you guys, I have been collecting the royal family news behind the scenes. So let's just jump in. This isn't all. There'll be more tomorrow on Friday, but let's jump in with what we have, okay? Let's go. On August 15th, Princess Anne celebrated her 74th birthday. And as a result, they put out a lot of older pictures of her, pictures from back when she was an Olympian, pictures with her father, pictures with her, as she grew up, her fashion sense, a picture with her first husband at her first wedding, fabulous photos of her as she aged, pictures of her with her children, pictures of her with her second husband. Now we know that she's had a fabulous life, and I want to wish her a very, very, very happy birthday. Now, talking about Anne, let's take 2 seconds and talk about Zara, her daughter's son, or Princess Anne's grandson, Lucas. They're saying he really takes after Anne because look how blonde he is. And here's Anne as a child. Look how blonde she was then. Amazing. Now, this next story really caught me. So this gentleman, his name is Ronald Baxter, and he's in South Carolina, and he goes into a thrift store, and he sees an envelope for sale. It's unmarked. He doesn't know what's in it. It's $8 or £6.20. So he buys it. He opens it up, and it's film from King Charles's christening from December 15th, 1948. The guy was like, wow, there was Queen Elizabeth with a young King Charles. He has no clue how it ended up in the thrift store. Nobody knows where it came from. But the film is titled Baby Prince Charles, a film record of the royal and happy event. He's going to put it up for sale to the highest bidder. Now, at the time, Charles was just 4 weeks old. Could you imagine? I couldn't get that lucky, not in a million years. All right, let's move on to our next story. All right, this next story really just blows me away. Hundreds of homes that were built for the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. Remember, Birmingham is where the Invictus Games are going to be, and they're bankrupt. They are going to sell those homes off by the council at a loss of almost $300 million. They're calling this a massive scandal because now they want the government to intervene to stop the sale of the property. There's 755, I guess we call them apartments, and at the same time, there's over 23,000 households on the waiting list for council accommodations, with 447 applications being received each week. So instead of putting people in these homes that are finished, apparently 968 apartments have been sitting empty since they were completed in 2023. They're going to sell the homes off privately to the highest bidder at a loss. I'm shocked beyond words. I don't understand why Invictus is going to this town. Moving on. This is pretty cool. A record-breaking series of auctions of King Charles III's banknote has raised $1.2 million for 10 UK charities, according to the Bank of England, that is. So they auctioned off these banknotes and they sold for 11.7 times their face value for collectors. That's cool. All right, next up. This is really cool. Another King Charles, story. What you guys may not know is that Queen Elizabeth loved honey and bees, and she used to give away honey from her 5 Buckingham Palace hives to everyone from the Pope to Barack Obama. And we know that King Charles also loves bees, and he just took 70,000 more bees for his Sandringham estate in Norfolk. We don't know where they came from, but we do know that Charles is very pally with David Beckham, who is also a beekeeper, and Charles has also swapped beekeeping tips with David Beckham, and they've even swapped jars of each other's honey. Now remember, we all heard about how David Beckham loved to keep bees from the Netflix docuseries that showed him tending to his own hives. It is being reported that these bees were local because if you brought bees in from somewhere else, like southern Italy, they're cheaper, but they're not used to the climate and it's going to kill them. So these are local bees making local honey. I love that. All right, let's move on. Sarah Ferguson. She took part in International Youth Day about a week ago, but she went in this the outfit was lime green, and everybody's saying the same thing. Well, it might have been a nice outfit. The color does absolutely nothing for her. I agree. It clashes with her hair. I don't like it at all. Next up, King Charles and Queen Camilla were pictured arriving for church service on Sunday. There's some discussion about Andrew's security. We're going to be discussing that in just a minute. But we do know that they were seen heading into the church. This is their regular spot for worship when they're staying at their summer residence in Scotland. We know that King Charles is currently on his summer break. Charles looked like he was in a really good mood. Camilla was smiling and waving. It's really a short drive to the church. And that church, by the way, in case you don't know it, is where Princess Anne married Sir Tim Lawrence in 1992 after they decided to get married in Scotland. Pretty cool, huh? All right, let's move on. Let's move on to Andrew now. These articles really upset me. They're like, oh, Charles is bringing Andrew back into the spotlight. He's not bringing him back into the spotlight. The whole family is getting together at Balmoral for the summer. Like it or not, Andrew is Charles's brother. So it doesn't bring him back into the spotlight. He's going to spend private time with his brother, his ex-wife. Beatrice, they're saying, will be there. Eugenie's going to be there. The grandchildren are going to be there. They're all getting together, and this will be a change for Andrew because he's usually very secluded at the Royal Lodge in Windsor since the beginning of the year. But this is a very misleading article. He's not being brought back to the light. He's going on vacation with his family. This is, in the row to get Andrew out of where he's living. Apparently, he has been offered Craiggowen Lodge, which was the late Queen's favorite cottage on the Balmoral estate. Very interesting. It is literally 1 mile away from the castle. It's on the edge of a forest. It's supposed to be very calm, and it's made of brick and stone. It's gorgeous. This is a 7-bedroom stone house. Apparently, in the past, it was frequently used by King Charles and Princess Diana when they would go to Balmoral over the summer. So, Andrew is going to have to move out of that 31-room Royal Lodge, and it's no secret the king wants him out. And now we've been told that the king has axed Andrew's royal security, his 10-man team, telling them that they will no longer be working after their contract ends in October. There's nobody lined up to replace them. So it really does look like Charles is doing everything to get Andrew out of that house. Whew, let's see what happens. You guys know what to do. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell to get all notifications. Go down into the description box and leave your comments. And don't forget, you'll find the links to my Twitter, my Gettr, my Rumble, my email, my Patreon, which is currently paused, my Amazon wish list, as well as a physical address in case there's something you want to send. If you've donated anything to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.